Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today, I'm gonna revisit my bass setup. I'm starting to build like a template for like I'm starting to write a new EP or album or something, and so I'm starting to kind of build up my template and work on tones and stuff. So I thought it'd be a good time to check it out. Why not? I'm basically doing like, I don't know if anybody's seen my last video on my bass technique. I was using plugins and stuff, and then I got the Darkglass Alpha Omicron and the Mesa Subway bass DI-Preamp. And so I'm basically kind of doing the same thing, just with those instead of plugins, really. So basically what I got going on is I have a Roland quad capture interface, which is a 2-channel interface. So I got the Mesa Subway going out of the preamp output in the back, going to channel 1, and it is being split off into Reaper and onto two different channels. One channel which would be like filtered for just the lows, and then another one that'll be more of the stringiness kind of thing, just processed differently. I'll go into that later. And then I got out of the through output, I'm going into the Alpha Omicron, and that's going into channel 2 of my interface. And then and then I send those to a bass bus, and I can process them all differently and then process them all together on the bass bus. So that's that. So I think that's it. I can't talk while I'm playing for this video because I only have 2 inputs on my interface. So one day maybe I'll have an interface with more inputs, but for now, I'm gonna have to turn off the mic so I can plug in the bass. All right, let's check it out. Alright, so yeah, wasn't playing anything spectacular or anything, but you get the idea. Um, I was dealing with some latency stuff going on too, because voice meter, I guess. Um, but yeah, so anyway, so here's the bass bus, and I've got these three going to that, and split into, here's like the low end, here's like the mid, wet kind of stuff, and then here's the Darkglass, the distortion channel. And so basically, yeah, got on the low end one, I'm running, actually on all of them, but you know, we'll go one at a time. I'm running the virtual mix rack, Steven Slate, just adds a little something. 80 to 250 right here for the low end. And then I've got this, it's kind of like a bass DI enhancement kind of thing, or bass guitar enhancement, I guess, you know. And then yeah, on this mid one, I'm going from 250 to 6,000. And then like last time I was using the 2Notes wall of sound plugin, and it, for whatever reason, it just kept crashing my computer or my DAW and stuff, so I just went with this. It sounds cool anyway. So you got your depth, presence, and volume. And then you can go back here and got different tube types. I like the KT88s. You can adjust your level, bias, sagging. You all can read, right? Feedback, resonance, output. So yeah, and then I like the 3 Sigma Audio impulsive IR loader. It's really cool. You can load in all your stuff here. I think on this one, yeah, I'm running a Gallion and Kruger cabinet simulator, and then virtual mix rack. And then over here, it's pretty much the same deal. Dialed it in a little bit differently, just, you know. And then I think I'm running, yeah, an Ampeg on this one. So that's a cool thing. You can dial in different different cab sims, like for different channels and stuff. So that's pretty cool. And then yeah, and then they're all being sent to the bass bus, which I haven't messed with or anything yet. I'm just starting to build this template. So yeah, I'm using the mix bus one right here, and I haven't decided, you know, once I get into mixing and stuff, I'll decide if I'm going to use the Revival or not. But it's really good, like saturation plug-in. You got dial in your high end and your low end real good, and it really adds a lot if you want it to, you know. And then basically, yeah, I knock off like a dB on the top on the limit mode with this Antress Lost Angel plug-in. And I got the CLA. Kind of dial in my amount of pick attack that I want right here. Fast release, 4 or 8 ratio, whatever, you know, whatever you prefer. And then I carve out some space for the kick drum. And then some muddiness right here and right here. And then a little trick I learned from Nolly from Periphery is he adds 750 on the bass. So I tried that and it sounds great. And then I dip the guitars right here, even though I ended up usually boosting at 1,000 hertz a little bit, which is a little higher up, so it's cool. But so it kind of gives a little separation there between the guitars and the bass. And then usually there's also like some kind of ice picky frequency right around here, usually for me. So, but that all comes into play when you start mixing. So I haven't, you know, I haven't even recorded anything yet. So, and then another dB off the top with the compressor setting, and then like right here, multiband compressor. I'll use like this will be like to 80 hertz. This one will be to 250 hertz, and then you can, you know, control your low end better that way. by compressing a little more to taste there, and then a limiter to kind of get it locked in, and then I'll side chain. Yeah, so it'll be to, the typical move where you duck the kick, you duck the bass when the kick drum hits. It'll duck a little bit, so it kind of gives more room for the kick. And then I've been using this what is it, Sound Toys, I think. Yeah, Sound Toys. They make awesome stuff, but yeah, kind of cut out the low and just a super low mix, and then like the fastest setting right here. It just kind of gives it a little vibe, you know what I mean? Like it's being recorded in a room or something, So I've been doing that, and maybe I should put this on like the channels. I'm not sure, but I've just been doing it. I just do it here, and it sounds good, so I'll roll with it. But yeah, that's pretty much how I do bass, or how I'm going to. I mean, that's pretty much how I did bass before, but that's kind of how I'm going to be doing it now. Like once I start writing for this thing, that whatever it's going to be. But yeah, I hope this is helpful. I highly recommend, if you're sick of plugins, man, get some little stomp boxes or something, and experiment that way. I like it a lot. There's something about just having the little boxes, and it just seems a little thicker, and but you can do a lot with plugins too. I mean, I'm not knocking plugins at all. They're great. So, but if anybody's looking for kind of like setup like this, highly recommend it. It's cool. And then yeah, so cool. Thanks for hanging with me for a few and listening to me ramble. Got some ideas for some more videos coming up, so yeah, just keep an eye out. I'll be trying to get on it. And yeah, till next time. Peace.